I have owed you a follow-up video from my gluten-free journey for 2 years, and there's a reason why I haven't been posting. The last one was me buying all this stuff on Amazon Fresh, and I was using Annie products and I believe Udi's bread and things like that, but a lot more has happened with my gut health since then. So I've had several minor and major operations that I went through to try and figure out what's happened. I did 2 endoscopies, a colonoscopy. I got a myostectomy for my ovaries. I found out a few things that I was born with a kidney condition. There's so many things going on, but let's pick up where I left off with the gluten-free. So a lot of the products that are gluten-free is made with corn and potato starch. So that was causing me to have ulcerative colitis. My stomach lining was so inflamed that it caused me to have a leaky gut, which means like pretty much it's self-explanatory. You have a gut that is leaking. My gut was leaking so badly to the point where if I sneezed, it leaked out of me. This is very TMI, so if you're squeamish, maybe you shouldn't watch this, but if you think you have similar symptoms or you're trying to figure out what's wrong with a loved one, then continue watching. Yeah, so when I would sneeze, my gut would leak out of me. Bending down, same thing. Putting on my shoes, same thing. If I went to the restroom to number 1, it would leak out of the number 2. It was really bad. I didn't have to put any pressure. Just sitting down leaked. Like it was embarrassing, and I was going to work with like pads underneath, wearing them because things were just leaking. Now the American healthcare system is really, really bad. I called for a GI specialist to have a look at me and look at my case and let me know what was happening. It was a 2-month wait for me to see a GI because of my insurance and things like that. I know if you're watching from other countries, you think that's absolutely bizarre and it's crazy. It is. It's ridiculous. And we pay so much for healthcare here. It's insane that the care that we get is just so anyway, I waited so long, but I decided to do some research while I was waiting. I couldn't stand the pain or anything anymore. I fainted a few times from how much pain I was in. It felt like I was having a heart attack, a panic attack with heartburn and extreme abdominal cramping all at once. So I was also like bleeding when I went to the bathroom. When I number 2'd, it was just like blood, leaky gut, and soft stool, or it was a mess. It was a mess. It was bad. So one thing that I can give advice for you on is to watch out for corn and potato starch. Make a food journal. Start journaling down what you think is possibly affecting you. How do you feel after eating something? If you're in pain right after eating something, look at the ingredients. See if there is corn and potato starch in there. You don't know what's happening. It's really new. This gut health there's not a lot of research done on it. So I was going off of holistic findings and other people's blogs. And I found that drinking bone broth helps repair your gut health. So I started to drink bone broth while I was waiting 2 months to see a specialist. Within 2 weeks, night and day, I stopped with the anything corn and potato. I was going for gluten-free brown rice pasta and eating brown rice. So I was only eating no white rice, not at all. Very specific. I was eating brown rice pasta and brown rice with my meals. You have to look almost everything that you eat. If it's not like an organic fruit or vegetable, look it up and make sure that whatever you're eating does not have these certain things in there that can be harmful to you. Malibu was something that was always making me feel like I was nauseous. It always made my heart sped up. I just didn't feel right after drinking it, even if it was a sip. my pulse would race really, really fast, but it was only like that with certain alcohols. So pay attention to how your body is reacting to things. A way that you can find out if you are being affected by something that you're eating is you hold it in your mouth for 30 seconds and then check your heart rate. If your heart rate speeds up tremendously, you are adverse to that food. I wouldn't say allergic, I wouldn't say intolerant, but you are adverse to that food. So make a note of it, speak with your doctor, speak with your GI and say, hey, this is the effect I had. So you can hold milk in your mouth, hold cheese in your mouth, hold corn in your mouth, hold potatoes, whatever you think it is. And specifically narrow it down yourself. I have done something with a program called Thrive, and you give them a stool sample and they check your microbiome and your gut health, good bacteria, bad bacteria, what percentage are they at? Do you have too much good bacteria, too much bad bacteria, not enough? It breaks all of that down. So my next video will be about that. And I will go through all of the other, I guess, like procedures that I went through, and it's still unknown because I have so many different complications with my bladder, with my kidneys, with my stomach, with my ovaries, with the cyst that I have in my brain. But I feel like somehow it is all connected except for my spinal and arthritis issue. We're gonna figure this out together. If you're as frustrated as I am, I've been this way for a few years now. Process of elimination, something that has helped is an anti-inflammatory diet, and look at a low food map. Read everything that low food map suggests. See, again, keep a food journal, see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Kind of track the time of day that you're going to the bathroom. This sounds insane, but you should journal your number 2. Just journal how it is, how it makes you feel. Kind of write like your stomach cramping. Are you nauseous? I'm nauseous all the time, all the time. And my heart rate was speeding up, and it still does that once in a while, and I still can't figure out everything that's happening to me. So we're gonna figure this out together, and in the next video we're gonna talk about Thrive and what I've done with them. It was really eye-opening. I hope this is gonna help some of you. Let's just get better. Let's get better together. And this is the reason why I haven't followed up, because I'm trying to figure this out. If you see the frustration, you'll understand. If you're going through what I'm going through, if you figured out what's wrong with you and you had similar symptoms that I do and you figured it out, please let me know. If you know someone who did, please let me know. If you know a great GI that won't dismiss me, let me know. Oh, I didn't even finish my GI story. So when I started drinking the bone broth and started feeling better 2 weeks later, I saw him 2 months after, and I had changed like my bone broth. I changed my diet. So I dropped dairy. I changed the eating to brown rice substitutions, and I found the bread at Trader Joe's was not as harsh as the Udi's, because I was still having a reaction to Udi's gluten-free bread. Don't know why, but I did. And other gluten-free products I was having crazy reactions to. All of Annie's products I was still having crazy reactions to. Insane. I went to see the GI and I had made those changes, and he told me that, oh, you're not that bad. And I said, well, because I had to wait so long, I, did my own research and I started to heal myself holistically and doing like a diet-based kind of thing instead of doing prescriptions. What did he do? He wrote a prescription, said, you're not that bad, seems pretty minor, you're not leaking anymore, see me if it gets worse. Frustration. Guys, fainting out of pain is not something I do. I had a pressure cooker explode on me and I did not faint. I broke a disc in my spine. I saw stars and vomit came right up, but I did not faint. But when I tell you I fainted out of this pain from my stomach several times, I can handle pain. I can handle pain. It was detrimental. It was really, really unbearable. We're gonna get through this together. Yeah, so thank you for watching my follow-up. If you're a doctor watching, please be kind to your patients. We may not be able to see you when we're in need right away, but and also I did go to the ER several times. All they did was give me IV and Dramamine for the nausea. Be kind to us. We don't know what's going on. We're just as frustrated and scared as you are. Maybe you're not as frustrated, but we're not wasting your time. This is serious and it's painful, and we just want to get better. And I'll do another one about bloating and how large my stomach would get. I would be, this is no exaggeration, I will show you. I have several videos and photos of how my stomach would just extend to about a 6-month pregnancy belly. It's crazy and it's so painful. So you don't know whether to eat because you're bloated from not eating, or if you're bloated from something you ate, or if you do eat, will it cause more pain? If you don't eat, will it cause more pain? If you try to use Gas-X and it doesn't work, you try to use carbohydrated drinks to see if it'll help. It doesn't. It's frustrating, it's painful, and I mean, a million things could go wrong with your gut, and I have several different underlying issues, and see my frustration. So I'm gonna say goodbye, and I will see you guys for my next video.